What if I told you that a 25-year-old dairy farmer with just $8,000 borrowed from his mother would build a $400 million manufacturing empire in less than 3 decades? This isn't a Silicon Valley tech story. This isn't about cryptocurrency or apps. This is about aluminum, steel, hard work, and a man who understood that success isn't built overnight. It's welded together, one trailer at a time. This is the remarkable story of Michael A. Conny and Mack Trailer Enterprises, and trust me, by the end of this video, you'll understand why his journey is one of the most inspiring business success stories you've never heard of. Let's go back to 1992, Alliance, Ohio, a small manufacturing town that had seen better days. Michael Conny was 25 years old, and his life looked nothing like what you'd expect from a future multi-millionaire entrepreneur. Every single day started at 4 in the morning on his father's dairy farm, milking cows. Then he'd head to his day job as a welder at a local trailer company, earning just $5 an hour. And when the workday ended, back to the farm to milk cows again. It was grueling, exhausting, the kind of schedule that would break most people. But Mike Conny wasn't most people. He had grown up in Sebring, Ohio, graduated from Sebring-McKinley High School in 1982, and understood the value of hard work from an early age. While milking those cows twice a day, something was building inside him, a vision, a burning desire to work for himself. "I was a hard-working young man, and I had a vision of working for myself," Conny would later say. "That's all I really wanted to do." But wanting to be your own boss and actually doing it are two completely different things, especially when you're making $5 an hour and have zero capital. That's when Mike made the decision that would change everything. He approached his mother, Bonnie Snyder, and his stepfather, Raymond Snyder, with a proposition: "Loan me $8,000 and I'll start my own trailer repair business." $8,000. In today's money, that's roughly equivalent to about $15,000. Not a fortune by any means, just enough to buy a used welding machine, some hand tools, and rent a single-bay garage in Alliance, Ohio. September 1992. That's when Mack Trailer was born. The name? Simply Mike's initials, M.A.C., Michael Anthony Conny. He wasn't trying to build an empire. He wasn't dreaming of becoming a national leader in anything. He just wanted to make a better living than that $5 an hour welding job. He wanted to be his own boss. Here's what happened next. And this is where the story gets really interesting. Mike started doing what he knew best, repairing wrecked trailers, one at a time, in that single-bay garage. And something magical happened that you can't fake, you can't buy, and you can't manufacture. His work was excellent. The quality of his craftsmanship started attracting attention. Word spread. One customer told another. That customer told 2 more. And suddenly, Mike Conny had more work than he could handle by himself. Within just 7 months, less than a year, he had hired 10 employees to keep up with demand. Think about that for a second. From 0 to 10 employees in 7 months. That's not just luck. That's delivering exceptional quality that makes customers become your sales force. But the real turning point came in 1994, just 2 years after starting. A customer approached Mike with an unusual request. Instead of repairing a trailer, could he build one from scratch? Mike had never built a complete trailer before, but he said yes. The customer was so confident in Mike's abilities that he actually loaned Mike the money to buy the parts needed to build the trailer. It took about 6 weeks to complete, but when it was done, both Mike and the customer knew something special had happened. "I was proud that I was behind building this product," Conny recalled. "That's when I decided we were going to build a building and go into new production." That custom trailer changed everything. Mack Trailer was no longer just a repair shop. It was about to become a manufacturer. Now, here's where Mike Conny shows he's not just a good craftsman, he's a brilliant businessman. Most people would have stuck with what was working. Repair trailers, maybe build a few custom units, make a decent living. But Mike saw something bigger. He saw an entire industry he barely knew existed. "I had no idea how big the transportation industry was," he later admitted. "I guess I got a little lucky." But as you'll see, luck had very little to do with it. Mike started studying the market. He looked at every segment of the transportation industry. He analyzed his competitors, and he asked himself one crucial question: where is there room for a new player? His strategy was brilliant in its simplicity. If I can get 30% of this market, I would have a very viable business. He started with aluminum dump trailers, the kind used to haul sand, gravel, and construction materials. This made sense. He knew the product from his welding days. But Mike didn't stop there. He expanded into refuse trailers for hauling trash. Then came aluminum flatbed trailers for hauling steel and drywall. Each product line was carefully chosen based on market analysis and opportunity. In 1995, Mack Trailer moved into a brand new 60 by 200 foot manufacturing facility on Commerce Street in Alliance. They filled it immediately. Within a year, they had to add 12,000 square feet. A second facility soon followed for steel product manufacturing. By 2008, Mike introduced what he called the Family of Four, a complete line of liquid and dry tank trailers to complement the dumps, flatbeds, and refuse trailers. But here's the genius part. Every single product line came from listening to customers. As Mike put it, all of our product has come from a customer. When the housing market crashed in 2008 and demand for construction-related trailers plummeted, Mike didn't panic. He pivoted. He launched pneumatic tank trailers used to haul food staples like flour and sugar products that people need regardless of economic conditions. Let's fast forward and look at the numbers, because they're absolutely staggering. By the late 1990s, Mack Trailer was no longer just a local business. It was becoming a regional player, then a national contender. The company kept expanding, first throughout Ohio with facilities in Alliance, Salem, and Kent. Then in 2013, they made their first leap outside Ohio, opening a plant in Billings, Montana. By 2018, they had locations in Oklahoma City and Texas. Today, Mack Trailer operates 9 manufacturing plants across 8 states. They have over 2 million square feet of manufacturing space. That's roughly 35 football fields of production facilities. They employ more than 1,300 people. But here are the numbers that really tell the story. Mack Trailer grew from that $8,000 loan to a $50 million company. Then, with strategic financing and support from Huntington Bank, they grew to $400 million in revenue. Some reports indicate the company has reached as high as $500 million in annual revenue, making Mack Trailer one of the top 5 manufacturers of steel and aluminum dump trailers in the entire United States. They now operate multiple brands under the Mack umbrella: Mack Trailer for specialized trailers, Be-All for aluminum petroleum and dry bulk trailers, Trailstar for dump trailers, Mack LTT for liquid tank trailers, and Mad Trailer Leasing for customized leasing solutions. They maintain relationships with over 135 dealer locations nationwide. They operate a 38-bay service facility and a 35,000 square foot aftermarket parts warehouse. From one man in a single-bay garage to a manufacturing empire that spans 8 states and serves national and international markets, all in less than 30 years. So let me ask you, what's your $8,000 moment? Maybe you've been thinking about starting that business, but you're waiting for the perfect time or the perfect amount of money. Mike Conny shows us that perfection isn't the requirement, action is. Maybe you're grinding away at a job you don't love, dreaming of something more. Mike milked cows twice a day and welded for $5 an hour before he became a multimillionaire. Your current situation isn't your final destination. Maybe you're in year 5 or year 10 of building something, and you're wondering if it's worth it. Remember, Mike Conny built this over 25 years. Success doesn't happen in a quarter, it happens in decades. The story of Mack Trailer isn't just about trailers. It's about the American dream, the real version, not the Hollywood one. It's about a man who borrowed $8,000 from his mother, worked harder than almost anyone you'll ever meet, delivered exceptional quality, built genuine relationships, and changed his life and the lives of thousands of others in the process. From a single-bay garage in Alliance, Ohio, to a $400 million national manufacturing empire. That's not luck. That's not timing. That's the power of excellence, persistence, and vision. If you found this story as inspiring as I did, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below, telling me what business idea have you been putting off that this story just convinced you to pursue. Remember, every empire starts somewhere. Mike Conny's started with $8,000 and a welding machine. Where will yours start?